Derwin James 360. All right, Buck, before we get to some really cool interviews on Derwin James, why don't we give our opinion on him, break him down a little bit, what you see. I'll give you the floor here on Derwin's game.
Derwin James is everything that you look for in the leader of a defense. Not only is he an outstanding playmaker, not only is he productive, but he's a charismatic, high IQ football player that understands how to play the game.
Yeah, to me, look, if you're going to ask me for a comp for Derwin James, it's the Energizer Bunny. I mean, he has got so much energy. He's passionate. He loves football. I think that's a key ingredient for a leader on that side of the ball, especially on defense. He's a faster Cam Chancellor. He's a more explosive Keanu O'Neal. How is this guy not a Pro Bowler at the next level?
Derwin James should be a star at the next level because he has all the things that you look for.
All right, you ready to take this thing back old school?
Man, let's do it.
All right, let's take this thing back old school. And by old school, I mean I want to go all the way back to Haines City High School in Florida, and we're going to get a chance to visit with the head coach at the time Derwin James was there, a man by the name of Jake Chapman.
He is a diamond, but he still was that type of guy that is willing to work and put in the work, and he would do anything for a team. It was an honor for me to be able to coach him and to let me be a part of his growth.
How about that one, Buck? You get a chance to coach Derwin James, who, what a freaky athlete Derwin is. He also coached Ryan Shazier. I mean, what high school coaches can say they've coached two more athletic guys than that?
I don't know many that have the opportunity to have those kind of guys under their tutelage.
Great stuff there from Coach Chapman. All right, let's transition, though, from the high school years for Derwin James to Florida State. And the best way to do that, let's talk to Charles Kelly, who was a defensive coordinator for Derwin there at Florida State.
Every time he would make a play, he would come off and just say, "Coach, call anything you want to. We're going to get there." That's just what kind of guy he is. You know, it's interesting. I think he's one of the few guys that you get to coach in your career that you feel like he could be an All-American at a few different positions. I've told people that before. He might be the only guy that I've ever coached that I feel like could start at all 11 positions. This guy can play anything he wants to play.
Great to visit with Coach Kelly, and what a good problem to have in terms of just trying to identify where you're going to use Derwin James, because he can do everything. Now, before the season started, Buck, we had a chance to talk with the head man, formerly at Florida State, now a very, very wealthy man at Texas A&M. That's Coach Jimbo Fisher. Here's his thoughts on his star pupil.
You know, Coach, in thinking about that safety position and how it's evolved to one of the more important positions on defense, his ability to come down and blitz off the edge, to play in the deep middle, to play tight ends, how rare is it to find someone that can do those things?
It's extremely rare. I mean, because the guys that are athletic enough aren't big enough, and the guys that are big enough aren't athletic enough. And then the ones that have everything, you're talking about an intelligence level that's, you know, one of the greatest I've ever been around. So when you put those packages together to do all those things, they're very hard to find.
How much does he love practice, Coach?
If there's a ball on the field, he loves to play. I don't care where it is, what it is, if he's in pads or whatever he's doing. He loves flat play.
Coach Fisher, by the way, Buck, congratulations to him on the new deal. This has been fun. Like, we've talked to his high school coach. We got a chance to talk to his college defensive coordinator, his college head coach. Only one man left to talk to. That's Derwin James himself.
Tell me what you would like to accomplish by the end of your first year. What would you say those goals would be?
Just coming in, getting settled into a team, just getting with somebody that's already professional, trying to learn how to become a pro, and then just coming in and being a starter, trying to earn a starting job. I ain't coming to sit on the bench, I'm coming to play and contribute early. And I know I want to be an all-pro safety, and I just feel like I help my team in the best way. And I just know I'm the best prospect in this draft.
Buck, you can definitely feel Derwin James. I think we say that all the time. Why don't you try and explain that?
Oh, you feel when they walk in the room, they have a presence about them. The leaders kind of let it be known that they're the leaders of the pack.
The alpha
Everyone
dog.
just kind of falls in line. Derwin James, it drips off him in terms of that leadership ability.
All right, let's find a fit for him here. What team makes a lot of sense for Derwin?
Team that makes a lot of sense, in my mind, would be the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
The Dallas Cowboys have been looking for a difference maker between the hashes. They haven't had one since Darren Woodson left years and years ago. You could say Roy Williams, but Derwin James is the kind of guy that can come down in the box and he will rock and roll with the best of them.
How about the San Francisco 49ers? You get an alpha dog in that secondary room to go along with Richard Sherman, who you just brought in. You've got an edge, serious edge on this defense.
You're now recreating some of the stuff that they had up in the Pacific Northwest with Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor, and you saw the impact that they had in turning around that franchise. Maybe they get the young version of Cam Chancellor and Derwin James.